almost over anyway, so I can end it.
Yeah. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Children of Rath. It is, of course, time for some more Dungeons and Dragons. 5th edition. We're playing in Dominaria, so a little magic meets D&D. And if you missed the excitement of the last couple of episodes, where the hell have you been? There was some great excitement. Let's see here. Carrie became a horrible demonic monster and tried to murder all of her friends. Kaz is now like a living slug because of all exposure to a lot of horrible things which have drained his life force away. Claude, for a while, entered into Carrie's mind, found some therapy by joining Carrie in Carrie's mind when she was a horrible demonic monster, but also allowed his body to be temporarily taken over by his creator, who's now part of him, and realizes he's part of him and is slowly but surely trying to erode away into his mind and take over the body completely.
Never.
And Maxwell's drunk.
Sounds about right.
Man, it's probably the first time in a couple 100 years since you've been drunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't even have a liver.
No. You don't process that normally. You're just like, whoa, man.
Again, I've offered to build one for you.
Maybe one day I'll take you up
he
on
lifts up the shirt and there's just like an empty rib cage plus a liver in there.
I think he might get one if he can become mortal again.
Yes, become a real boy. So, Claude's unconscious. Carrie's, I think, unconscious-ish. Maxwell's just really just looking fine. Claude's lying on top of his turret, and Wintress just looks like she's had the wind punched out of her. But you're all there. And Carrie managed to tell off the witch.
And we're all sitting in a swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go home now? Like, I know we're home, but like... Also, I don't know who's conscious to hear me ask this question, but can we go home now?
You'll see Radiant start picking people up that she can. She's gonna like scoop you over the shoulder and like, you know, Maxwell over the shoulder because you're both of you are light, and then like a Carrie and someone under the arms. Wintress, can you just hold on to my leg. This will be awkward.
No fuck angel girl.
Yeah. Sort of flying along, carrying everybody. You just see Wintress being like, wee! And Maxwell's like on the shoulder going, wee! And Claude just like, ugh. You're like just thrown over the shoulder, you know? just like unceremoniously, just like blarb.
Kaz is so exhausted. Kaz is so very exhausted.
Emotionally and physically.
Yeah.
What about spiritually?
That too.
Alright. So, you'll be delivered back to the house where you can begin to relax and recover.
And Carrie looks human.
Carrie looks human. Though, it won't be long before she'll just... when you rest, you'll return to normal. I'm going to say. What your kind of normal will be. Because it's sort of like you're not concentrating on it. It's like a muscle. You have to concentrate on something for it to stay.
I know how that is.
Mm-hmm. So, another rough evening will pass, but all of you will recover. What's your plans after that at this point in time?
I got a date at the end of the week.
Forgot about that.
I got nothing going on.
Yeah.
You have a wife you should pay attention to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my dad.
Wife.
They went on a honeymoon, remember?
Yeah.
Or they're going on a honeymoon. You're going on a honeymoon.
I want to hang with my buddies.
Yeah.
Go be married.
I can do that later.
Oh, that's your fucking wife.
Well, she wasn't asking for me. I'm with you guys. We almost died.
Also,
Jesus.
like, you didn't even spend your marriage night with her.
You
It'll
didn't.
be fine.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
This marriage is already doomed to fail.
God.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you recover, and a few days will pass. And somewhere in the middle of the night, about 3 days later, there'll be this loud, like, noise that'll echo throughout the estate. Probably... I want everybody that actually sleeps to give me perception with disadvantage. Maxwell, you'll hear things.
Good.
What about me? I don't sleep either.
But you'll hear stuff too.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, Carrie just sleeps through it.
I got a 13.
Okay. You'll probably sleep through it too. But there's this loud booming noise that seems to come from, you're not sure where, but it echoes throughout the estate.
I will go investigate.
Okay.
Are all my spell slots recovered?
Yes,
Did I
it's
sleep
been a
enough
few
for that
days.
tablet?
It's been a few
Okay,
days.
I will go investigate too.
Alright, you'll run into each other, outside, like, your rooms and stuff.
Hi, Shaggy.
Hi, Claudie.
Claudie, do, where are you?
I assume you heard that noise too?
Yeah, do you know where it came from?
Dungeon Master, do I know where that came from?
No idea.
I can't say that I do.
Like, the building
Although-
shook.
You want to go up or down?
Let's work our way from the bottom.
You can quickly go investigate, and you will discover that, fortunately, it has nothing to do with your friend deep in the basement. He's still there.
Fucking A, I was nervous.
Nothing on that floor either seems to have gotten free.
Suppose we should check the upper floors?
Yeah, well, we were going from the lowest to the tallest, so.
Right.
Going up the floors, second and first basements, nothing in them that, seems obvious. First floor seems okay. Second floor, where your next concern is, with all the rooms, most of them have been cleared out. And because of what sending the objects to the academy, there doesn't seem to be anything of interest in them. And the third floor just seems empty. No sign of any damage to the building.
I'm gonna go out the window
Mm-hmm.
and slosh up to the roof
Okay.
and try to get an overlay of the ground and see if there's anything that's obvious out here.
It's the dead of night. Give me a perception with disadvantage, because even with dark vision, you wouldn't have range.
Can I use a light cantrip to help him out?
You would have to be able to control it and have it go all the way across the thing. Still, 14's pretty good.
Wait, don't you have dancing lights?
I might have gotten rid of that with my thing, but I got prestidigitation.
Yes, which is great.
You can make something smell or taste or look better.
It's prestidigitation is the age-old answer to a lot of things, so I'm not going to argue with
Yeah.
that one.
So I
Hey,
kept
can
that
pull
one.
a rabbit out of my hat.
It's kind of like that. It's like, you know what I need? A rabbit out of my hat.
It's the wish spell, but only for parlor tricks.
It is, which is sometimes helpful.
It makes you a basic magician.
Mm-hmm. Card trips. Want to see what's up my sleeve? Anyway, you'll take a look around. You can get a sight that, the two wings, they're intact. You can kind of, move around the roof, look down towards the boathouse. You don't see any obvious damage to the boathouse, but that's pretty far down there, so you can't tell for sure. If something was down there at the water's edge, you're not 100%.
What about the hedge maze?
You do not see anything in the hedge maze, so you do not know if it's something in the hedge maze, you would not see it. If it's something in the zoo area, you wouldn't see it. If there's no obvious damage to the ground, it doesn't mean it couldn't have been something down there that would shake anything. The guardhouse and stables seem intact. And none of you were trying to put back together the old garden, so that is still just kind of probably not as overgrown as it was, but it's not like necessarily like actually made into a beautiful garden at this point in time. So I mean, you look over there, you don't notice anything. Again, it's fairly dark out, so it's more like you're looking for large, obvious damage. And to none of the buildings do you see large, obvious damage.
Okay, I'm going to slide back in. I don't see anything obvious. We might want to wake Kaz and Carrie. Maybe get Radiant involved. Radiant and Carrie can scout around in the air.
Given our recent events, I think we indeed should wake them up. For all we know, there could be something dangerous afoot.
Why don't you wake up Kaz? I'll handle Carrie.
Good idea.
Okay. All right, Claude, you can go knock on the door. I assume, Kaz, you'll get up.
Well, I play a very soothing melody to wake him up.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Kazran, I need your help. Would you be able to wake up for me?
If you stop playing the instrument.
Sorry. I thought you were a fan of acoustic guitar.
No, it was fine. It's very soothing, and that makes me want to fall asleep more.
Understandable. So there was a loud noise that me and Claude heard outside the mansion, or possibly inside. It seemed kind of concerning, and I wanted to see if we can get the crew together to try and do something about it.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Awesome.
I'll wake up. And I'll be around for that. I'll try to find Alatar. Maybe he saw something.
Okay.
Carrie!
Yeah, Claude, what? Yeah, what?
There was a loud noise, and the whole building shook. I looked out from the roof. I can't see anything obvious on the grounds, and Maxwell and I checked all the floors. We don't see anything obvious. We're hoping maybe you could scout from the air, get a better view. I couldn't really see into the gardens. I don't know if it maybe came from her hut.
Fucking hope not. I don't want to have to try and kill a witch. But sure. Yeah, sure.
You don't have to get close, just close enough to fly over and look. And let us know.
Sure, I'll stretch my wings.
Okay. So you'll assemble your group, and I assume, Carrie, you're gonna fly out, kind of, and check things out?
Yeah.
Alright, the first thing you'll notice is, like, very obviously, the swamp you created is even more overgrown than it was previously. And it actually seems to have spread a little bit.
Not a fan of that.
Mm-hmm. The other thing you'll notice is there's nothing but wreckage where the witch's house was.
Fuck. I am immediately flying back then.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, Claude, the witch's house is entirely just wreckage now? I didn't do it. I was in my room the entire night.
No, but what I'm worried about is, didn't you say she liked to dabble with black mana?
Yeah, that's
And
what she was teaching me.
There's now a giant wellspring of black mana outside her door.
Never occurred to me, but that's a correct assumption, yeah.
Maybe she did something with it that caused this. I think we need Radiant.
Yeah, we need Radiant, we need everyone else.
Well, Max was waking up Kaz. Why don't you find them? I'll go get Radiant and we'll meet on the first floor. and have
Sure.
a powwow.
Okay. You all meet
I
together.
will call Radiant.
Yeah, you can find Radiant. Everybody else will assemble. I'm assuming you can probably just use your dining room. It's probably a good place to assemble. It's got a nice table to sit around.
Carrie is
We're
not
very
looking at
simple.
Casperin at all.
What's going on?
There was a loud explosion. The house shook. Carrie did a investigation over the grounds of the maze, and apparently the witch's hut is nothing but rubble.
I thought I
I'm
noticed
worried.
something, but unfortunately I was spending my time in one of the libraries, and surprisingly those rooms are much more, I guess, soundproof than some of the other places, such as the bedrooms.
I'm worried that she uses black mana, and there was a giant wellspring out of it outside her front door now.
That does seem to be something that is to worry about. If she has...
What was her front door?
I'm not unaware of the fact that direct mana manipulation is a thing that can occur. It's just not a normal thing that most beings can. I probably shouldn't have assumed that she couldn't do that. Or that wasn't something she could do. Which, if Carrie is right and it was black mana she was aligned with, then yes, this was definitely an oversight on all of our parts.
Do we need to get the college involved?
We don't know what's happened. Is she free? Is she still there? We should probably find out for sure before we grab anyone. If she has escaped, then I certainly think we should tell people.
How do we know this isn't a trap?
That's also a possibility.
Very much so.
Well, I could take my shadow form and investigate. It'd be harder to spot me.
Claude, I'm gonna say this. I think maybe you should be careful about doing that. For one thing, we've seen that the large amount of black mana has a negative effect on you, unlike the rest of us. And the other thing is, I'm fairly certain your shadow form is aligned with black mana, meaning that you're more likely to absorb it. Especially if it's not a normal swamp. That's not even something I thought about either. That it's a unique terrain that's been created.
Does anyone have a better suggestion? I mean, I could just gloop over there.
I
can't
would be
turn
nerd.
invisible.
That's a good point.
What did you say? I missed it. I'm sorry.
I was
can turn
going.
invisible.
Invisible might be a good
Yes.
idea. But we don't know if the witch can see invisibility or not.
There's that.
Also, we don't know what that place is going to have, if that place will have an effect on you at all.
I created it, didn't I?
And you weren't in your right mind when you did it.
Am I ever?
You also tapped into an energy that I think it's not very easy for you to tap into. It's dangerous for you to tap into. And unleash
Okay.
all of it there.
As far as I can tell, I'm the only one who likely won't be extremely affected by this wellspring of black mana.
I'm probably resistant too. Because of my nature, we're beings composited of mana. We don't really absorb or use it as much. Angels. Since we're artificial constructs in a way. Granted, we are planar constructs, but rather than
Okay.
man-made.
So how about you investigate and bring me along? I'll just be in the bag so that I'm less easy to spot.
Radiant, I could go along too. I felt pretty calm around that type of terrain.
You felt very calm around that type of terrain.
It still might have an intoxicating effects on you, Maxwell. I guess that's probably not the worst effect that can be done, though.
If she's free, no one should be going alone.
I agree. We could be in more danger.
If she can tap directly into it, she might be doing something that we need to stop. And there might not be time for us to travel back to get everyone else.
What if we put several people in the hole?
The only people who can survive being in the bag, I think, are going to be you and me.
Why not the others?
I don't breathe.
I thought you still had to breathe, or never mind. Carrie and can't go in the bag. Also, again, the bag has a weight limit.
Carrion can fly.
It's true, but we don't. I just don't know if Carrion should go that nearby the Black Mana Wellspring.
I have an idea. Kazrin, you know how to skywrite correctly? Or correct?
Not at the moment. I don't have that one prepared.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
That could have been used as a signal to get Carrion to fly to us.
Oh, I can just shoot the big thing of fire in the air.
That could also work. It could be an emergency flare.
Exactly.
And we can take those who can fit in the bag along in there. Assuming that doesn't violate the weight limit.
Okay, let me check.
Not sure what to do about Wintress, though. She does have to breathe and all that, and she can't exactly fly.
Depends on if you want to take Wintress, Hang, or Latula.
What is the weight of Maxwell and Claude? Claude, I imagine, weighs a fair amount being made out of flowstone.
Fortunately, Claude's density technically alters along with his forms, which
I
is
could go into a small form.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how heavy Maxwell is. He's like 6'2".
Not very, because you
You're
are
just
only
bone.
bone.
Weight of skeleton.
It's pretty much just your equipment that probably weighs a lot.
Oh yeah, fuck. Forgot to take into account equipment. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
My equipment melds with me because I could produce it anymore, so
I got a decent amount on my person.
I can keep anything that I don't have to bring all my stuff with me all the time.
Still, mostly Maxwell is mostly gear, probably. Rather
Okay.
than bones.
The average weight of the human skeleton is about 23 pounds. Maxwell, what's your gear weight?
It says 20.16 according to this.
Okay.
That should be mostly correct. I don't know if it's 100% correct, though.
Claude, how about you?
Well, I can leave my equipment behind because I can produce equipment with my forms.
Okay. Then altogether, all of us will weigh about a little under 200 pounds, which is within the weight limit. There's not much in the bag at the moment.
Should we bring Alatar with us?
Alatar cannot fit in the bag.
Anymore.
Can Alatar walk through the mana, or is he affected by that? Or the swamp, rather?
Alatar might be the only one that cannot be affected by the swamp.
Most
This could be good
constructs, most constructs are not affected by mana at all, or energy sources other than their cores, their creation. I do know of a few that I've heard about that energy can be channeled into from extra sources, but normally it's channeling the energy for uses, such as like a golem that might be able to produce flame if you feed it extra energy.
Alatar is powered by a power gem. As far as I know, it's not necessarily one alignment or another.
We should bring him along.
If he would like to, he may.
Seems fair.
I
do
can
also want to
accompany you
consider his
by
well-being
ground.
because
It is fine. I have been here the entire time.
Good. Alatar, my friend, you will accompany us on this.
Yes. It seems as though this might be a situation where my abilities would be useful.
I walk up to Alatar and say, "We appreciate your help," and I kind of give him a little hug.
He's so much bigger than you.
I know. I'm basically like hugging his leg.
He's like 9 feet tall, if I remember.
Yes.
You're hugging his waist.
Oh, his way. Okay.
There. Emotional support.
Is he patting me?
Yes, he pats your head, just very nicely. Like, and it's not even like, he's just having the fist flat, so it's like this. Like,
Yeah.
the palm is just like patting you a little bit, and it's just a little too much, like power, not enough to be like painful, but it's like a,
Yeah. We slowly walk away.
I will slither into the bag.
Okay.
I
Is
go
there
in
a
the bag.
stairway for this bag, Kazarin?
There's a ladder.
There's a ladder. Okay.
Okay, so Carrion, we'll just have you kind of waiting in the wings, and if you see me launch a bolt of fire straight up in the air, you could use your help.
Actually, Kazarin, there was something I wanted to try with the bag. I tried to get a running start toward the ladder
Okay.
and do like a triple jump up there.
Well, outside the bag, there's no ladder.
There's no ladder outside.
there is
The ladder is inside the bag.
Yeah, you just
So
have to
that I
kind of
can
squeeze
climb out.
yourself into this bag, which
Yeah.
probably, like, a medium creature doesn't have the easiest time getting into. It doesn't stretch that far, but it's sort of like this
Oh.
tiny bag that you kind of open it up and you just start walking into. So just think of it like, like someone's got, like, a tiny bag and you're, like, just, like, squeezing things into it and it just keeps going.
like a potato sack, essentially.
I
It's,
just throw myself into the bag.
It's a roughly 2-foot diameter.
Yeah. I mean,
So
Most...
it's like a duffel bag.
Yeah, most
he
things
doesn't-
can...
But he doesn't have any meat on his bones, so...
That helps a lot.
I'm a category small, so
Mm-hmm.
And
I go
can
into
just-
the bag, then.
I just liquefy and pour myself in.
Mm-hmm. All right, so 3 of you in the bag, and Radiant will pick it up and be like, "All right, let's take a look." She'll fly over towards the swamp. Kind of going like maybe like 60 feet above the ground at this point in time, just to kind of get a flyover. I don't. Something might be wrong here with the terrain. It's certainly developing. I don't know if it's... It looks as though it's spreading a little bit, but I don't know if it's going to end at any point. I don't know. What do you think, Kaz?
can I make an Arcana check? To try to
Sure.
see if I know anything. Okay. I don't know shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
Jilda hasn't really taught me about mana manipulation or anything.
Well, I don't think mana manipulation's not normally taught. I mean, it's an unusual thing.
No, but Jilda just kind of says shit sometimes, and I tend to pick up whatever thing he's currently working on. But
Let me take a peek and see if anything in my head picks up something about it.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to be disadvantage. But that would have been 7, so no.
Yeah, you're not sure either. It is beyond my area of expertise. I mean, I know that certain terrains can become aligned with specific manas and create new pockets and stretches in the natural flow of energy in the world, and that might be this here. For example, that place we found in Surrey, was it? My brain is farting out here. The Mesa, I think.
I remember the Mesa.
There was a place that was aligned with both white and black mana. It was unique. It seemed to have been something that was formed, I guess, not naturally. That some influence about what was going on affected the mana in that area and created that. This might be the same thing. Normally, with the area we're around here, we'd probably have a very high blue mana alignment. Maybe a little green with the forests that are around us. But this is just... it's pure black. And, I mean, I don't know if any of you three can feel it, but I certainly can feel something about it. It has an energy about it that's not normally associated with swamplands. I've visited swamplands. This is just permeating with energy.
What about the witch's house? Does anyone see any movement?
I don't see anything. It just seems to be a pile of wreckage as far as I can tell.
Do we notice anything?
Give
I'm
me
gonna poke my
perception.
head out the bag. Okay.
I'll poke out after he pokes out.
Wow, my rolls today they're not good, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Alright. You kind of take a look around. You don't really necessarily... like, Kaz, you don't see anything. Claude. Claude, you're taking a look, and you're kind of in, like, you know... like, looking around. You do see some things that stand out to you. The building itself seems to... well, it does kind of look like it exploded out. The wreckage kind of is in such a way that it seems like there was a central portion that just blasted away. The other thing is... like, okay,
Go ahead, sorry.
the other thing is, there is something that looks actually relatively intact. There's a small portion of the building that seems to have been just covered in rubble. But other than that, seems to have something there. It seems like...
Eldritch Sight?
certainly it's the witch's pot is there, which has a magic to it. And there does seem to be, like, fragments of magical energy left over in this entire area. The building itself seems like it probably was magical and is destroyed.
Definitely something exploded down there.
Also, there's a haze to your sight, which you're assuming is the large amount of mana, because mana is magical energy in its purest form.
Right.
Like, the entire area is just hazy. So you're like, not sure 100% on your sight right now, just because of that haze. Like, it does, like, a little bit of messing with things.
Something definitely exploded outward from inside.
Should
Her
I?
pot is still down there. And I think the building itself was magical in some way, maybe to keep her in.
Perhaps we should maybe get the pot. It might be a bad idea, it might be a good idea, but you know.
I can only hope it's safe.
I'll land then. She'll kind of land, put the bag down. Like, you can just hear this kind of, like, you can hear frogs and bugs and stuff that are all over the place. There's, like, all this, like, this kind of, like, bubbling noise that seems to be coming from some of the muck. The place
Not
is
fun.
certainly... it is, like, the most essence of, like, swamp you can think about. So it's got a lot of, like, still water and, like, murky places and bubbling muck.
Excellent job on the swamp, Carrie, and it's a very good swamp.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to do with the pot?
You'll see Radiant kind of move over and start moving some wreckage off the area where the pot is.
I could come out and help you move around the wreckage. I could.
That might not be necessary. Alatar, could you help move the wreckage? You're big and
Yes.
strong.
Alatar will kind of move in from the hedge maze. You'll see he's going to actually struggle a little bit because he's actually going to have to like kind of go through like water and muck to get through there, you know, so it's like difficult terrain.
Bogging down.
Being bogged down. But he'll manage to get over there. He'll kind of push some of the wreckage out of the way too and help Radiant. It's the witch's pot, all right. The one that she was cooking the weird potions in. And a small stool next to it.
Is there any sign of her? Or her chains?
Yes. And she's going to reach into the pot and pull up, like, a couple pieces of broken chain and just drop them.
Fuck.
There also seems to be a note in here.
Oh no.
What does it say?
It says, to my former... It's the opposite of a house guest.
Captor?
No, because you guys weren't technically captors.
Roommate?
Landlord?
The people that, like, are, like
A host.
to
Or
my
landlord.
former hosts. Please open when all of you are present.
I don't trust the hell out of
Yeah,
that.
we should do that not in the house.
We should also do that away from this black mana where I can try to use my sight and see if there's some kind of energy to this note.
I can dispel the magic that might be in this.
Let's wait first. And then if it's bad magic, go right ahead. I will not stop you from dispelling it.
Amazing, because my first thought regarding this letter was to burn it.
Oh no, I also considered the burning of it. I always consider burning it.
Yeah.
It's me.
There's also
Well, maybe
a
we can
small
make a nice combination of that, assuming this doesn't work well.
bag down here at the bottom.
There's a bag down there at the bottom?
Yes. She'll pick it up. It looks like kind of like a small like backpack, like a rucksack or something. You kind of shake it, and it sounds like there's stuff inside, and be like, I don't know if I should open this either.
Okay. Bags are my duty, as far as I can tell. I'm the local bag expert.
Well, let's not put the bag in the bag.
No, we don't put the bag in the bag. You never put the bag in the bag. We're going to go to the cliff.
Letter
to
first,
find the-
bag first, or just get rid of them.
I think we need to take them away from this where I can actually look at them and tell you
If I...
with anything with my sight about it.
And also, if we don't find out, it's just gonna keep gnawing at me. And then it will definitely bother Carrie, and if we don't find out what's in the things.
Maybe we should just get out of the maze and just worry about that, and then worry about disposal. Then I don't see anything else here. If there is something else here, I don't know.
Well, the wreckage isn't going anywhere, so maybe tomorrow, when it's not the middle of the night, we can get a better look at it.
That's true. Should we remove the cauldron?
I would say so.
Alatar, can you handle that if I handle the rest of this? Yes.
Take all of it to the
Pick it up
cliffs.
and just start moving.
I say to the cliffs.
So you're heading over towards the cliffs, leaving.
I'm gonna call Carrion over.
Yeah. Hey, well, we're over here because we found this bag, this letter, and a cauldron.
Burn it.
I mean, I'm curious what's on the letter, if I'm
I'm
being
Eldritch.
I also wanted to
Sighting.
burn it, Carrion, but we can also burn it after the fact.
I'm Eldritch Sighting a lot of it.
The bag is weird. You can't read it. Like it's different. Like it's like a dark spot.
I can't tell anything on that bag.
Yeah. Like
What about the letter?
the letter seems to have some form of magic to it.
There is, well, can I figure out the school of magic?
Yeah. There seems to be some kind of illusion magic on it.
There's some kind of illusion magic on the letter. And what about the pot?
Pot has a number of enchantments on it, but you can detect there's conjuration and transmutation at very least on the nature of the pot.
I'll repeat that.
Okay.
And that makes sense for brewing potions. This having illusion on it, I don't know. Is it supposed to be some kind of final trick? A curse?
When I look at Kaz's bag, what do I see?
You see the bag
Okay.
and the
so
nature of the bag. You don't see anything inside the bag now.
Right, but more what I meant was it's not like like a black blot like the other bag is.
It is familiar, though, if you use the bag as an example. When you attempt to look in the bag from the outside, it is a black sphere or black wall because it's peering into a different plane. You can use your Eldritch Sight in the bag or outside of the bag. It doesn't cross the boundary.
Okay. I'm going to repeat that because that seems kind of odd and important that, you know,
It could have some kind of magic protecting against prying, or it could be whatever it's made of just doesn't detect.
Just say the word, Claude, and I'll do my thing.
Okay. Let's start with the letter.
Are we going to try reading it? Didn't Claude mention something about it being enchanted?
or do we want to just spell it and then open it up?
Well, shit, I mean, if you want to dispel it.
What if there's an alternate message at the beginning before I dispel it? We might miss our chance to see that.
Honestly, I'd rather know what the true message is.
That's fair. Alright. Dispel magic.
Roll your check.
Sure. Hey, should I cast this at a higher level, guys? What do you think?
Ooh.
Because I would probably guarantee it.
Yeah, it
What-
might be.
How high can you cast it?
At the moment, I think I'm capped at level... Yeah, I'm capped at 5.
How many 5th level spell slots do you have?
I got 2, but, I mean, it should be fine.
Yeah, burn one.
Yeah.
Let me just check here.
Yeah, because she was probably a decent level caster.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me just check here. There's something I have to look up here just for a second. Sorry.
Man, what a good spell.
Yeah, spell magic's great. I also have it stocked, but
Ooh.
I only have up to 3rd level spells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works?
Well, does it look magical anymore?
Doesn't look magical anymore.
Yes.
I don't see any
Would you like to
magic
do the honors of reading it?
Sure.
or
There's
maybe-
nothing on it.
Mm.
Oh.
All right, burn it.
Wait, hold on.
Dumbass.
I hold the
Writing-
paper.
The writing itself might have been magical.
Well, why didn't you just fucking use a pen? That's just a waste of magic.
I had a feeling we should have tried to read it before doing that.
Then why did you do it?
Because I asked everyone, they said do it anyway.
Yeah, when have you ever listened to us?
Well, I'm trying to start a new league.
We're turning new leaves all around here, people.
Okay, shall we burn this?
Yes.
Okay.
The paper doesn't burn.
That's fucking rude.
Oh,
What
that's
kind
a
of
challenge.
sick joke
That's
is
a
this?
fucking challenge.
The
Put it on
paper's-
the ground.
It's inflammable. It's illegible. What's the point?
Well, Radiant, is there any kind of writing ways that could be concealed that we could
I have no
be
idea.
an alchemist?
Catherine, I don't suppose your mending ability happens to
Outside
restore
of game,
magic,
like, yo,
does
lemon
it?
It specifically does not.
Ugh.
It specifically says,
Look.
yeah, can't restore magic.
Yeah.
I feel like we've made a mistake.
I think we did too. You
I don't
know,
give a shit. Burn it with
We can't burn
higher
it.
level fire.
Can we rip it apart at least?
give me strength.
Carrie, and I feel like you're a bit more capable at this than I am.
Mhm.
Well, I am stronger than you. Mostly.
Sure
because of the
are.
muscles part.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because you have muscles.
Yes,
He does not.
it doesn't rip. When you rip at it, it feels like you're just trying to tear a piece of metal in half.
All right, everyone, put it on the ground. I'm very good at fire. First,
Put
I'm
it
gonna
on the ground.
start with a firebolt. I'm guessing the firebolt doesn't burn it.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna try Scorching Ray. No. Guessing the Scorching
Nope.
Ray doesn't. No.
Nope.
No. All
What
right.
sort of material is this? It doesn't burn.
Put it in. I don't know. Just put it on the ground for now. We'll deal with it later.
I was just saying, why don't we have maybe possibly the Academy check this later? Maybe there's a way to recover what was on the scroll.
Sure, possibly. Otherwise, it's gone, and who cares? I hate that witch, and I hope she dies.
Yes, but the problem is she is free, and she may have given an idea where she went.
All of you will hear this call of a crow.
I flip off the bird.
Okay.
I look around.
There's a crow standing nearby, like on like a branch of like something, just watching. it.
I will.
Wait,
use
you
my
said a
Eldritch-
branch,
I'm gonna do
right?
my Eldritch sight at the crow.
Doesn't detect as magical.
You said like a tree branch?
Yeah.
I yell out and say, "Oh, how I wish something would give us a clue to this!" And I use Speak with Plants by accident because I don't know I'm capable of that.
Okay.
Is the crow menacing?
Joel, the tree will respond to you like, "I can't help. I'm a tree. But can you get this thing off my branches? I don't know what it is, and it's just been sitting here for a while, and it's been freaking me out."
Am I the only one who can hear this?
Yes.
Yes.
Why is
Look-
this tree talking to me?
Look,
Did
man.
you do a spell on
Look,
the
man.
tree?
I don't
Look,
know.
man,
It must have been the
man.
tongue.
Look, man.
I
I'm,
can't-
I'm panicking, man. I'm a tree.
Can I just hold my arm out to see if the bird will perch on it?
Sure. Roll handle animal.
Oh yeah.
Not very
handle
good at that.
animal.
That's decent.
Yeah. You'll kind of hold your arm out like in a non-threatening way. The creature will kind of caw loudly again, very loudly, and kind of move over. You can see that like the creature itself is not a normal crow. It like these blue, almost cloud-like wisps seem to come from it as it kind of moves down, and you can hear what sounds like rolling thunder when it moves its wings.
Tree, I don't know if my friends can hear you or if it's just me, but did you see anything happen in this area? What happened to the
Did you
shack?
say tree?
Branch?
No, that was Radiant. Oh, man, look, man, I'm nowhere near anything. My cousin Bob, who's like 100 feet away, I was chatting with him one day, and then he was like, "Ugh!" And then he was like, "I will devour your soul." And I'm like, oh, man. It's a horror movie. It's gonna come right for me. It might be here in a couple of decades. I don't have time to get away.
Okay. I'm sorry to have disturbed you. And I start, like, doing this to my tongue. Bad tongue, bad tongue, bad tongue.
It's not a concentration spell. It just lasts for 10 minutes.
Man, I'm screwed. Now I got weird birds in me. Man, I miss the old days when birds would just make nests and squirrels would just be around. Then all the squirrels disappeared. Now the birds disappeared, and now, oh man, and my cousin's coming right for me. Oh man, I'm screwed, man.
You're gonna be okay.
No, man, I'm doomed.
Well,
What are you talking about?
Trying to talk down a tree. I'm gonna look at the bird and roll Arcana. Do I know anything about that?
You do. It's an ancient type of bird which is actually thought to have been extinct. It's a storm crow.
That's a storm crow.
They
A what crow?
around the end of the Ice Age, they supposedly died out.
What do I know
Oh,
about
it was
storm crow?
probably in the zoo.
Is it friendly?
Ew, is it tasty?
No, don't eat it. Isn't it supposed to be rare?
They
Rare, well done, medium.
were
It's a
thought to be
very priest bird.
extinct. What
Alright,
do I
fine,
know
I'll
about
eat it.
storm crows?
How do you season them?
They usually were on the tidings of storms. They had unique abilities to... It's said that a group of storm crows could literally summon a storm if you had a large flock of them. An individual one probably could be a portents of rain. A lot of the stories about them are just that, stories. It's really like you don't get a lot about them. Again, they were a creature that existed around the end of the Ice Age. That was the last time that they were seen. It was unfortunately during the Great Thaw that, when a lot of environments changed over that quick amount of time, things changed too. It was unfortunate that storm crows just haven't been seen. It doesn't mean they're gone forever. It's just no one has seen any in probably hundreds of years, maybe even 1,000 years since the last time one was seen.
Hey, tree, did you hear a loud noise recently?
I don't... Man, I heard plenty of noises. There was this thing and that other thing and some stuff going on, and man, my cousin's trying to murder me. Man, I'm doomed. Man. This ground, it doesn't feel safe anymore. Man. All this time ago, I started sprouting up, and you could feel the ground beneath your roots, and it felt good. And now there's all this wind and rain that's extra, and all these crazy murderous tree cousins. He's my second cousin, twice removed.
Good to know.
I think that makes him.
So, Stormcrow. Got it.
Man, and I got this itch on my back. I think it might be parasites. And this one branch, I think it's died off. I don't know, it might be a fungus. I'm so worried, man.
You want me to scratch the itch?
What should we do about the bag?
Oh yeah, the bag. I want to open it.
It doesn't open.
Sounds
There are
like we
probably
need to open
instructions
this with
on-
force.
Or there are probably instructions on, the note that we totally disappeared. I'm gonna go back to trying to get the bird to come to me.
Oh, the bird's on your arm.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm just
what
gonna
about-
pet the bird.
And what about the pot?
I put the bag in the pot.
Okay, bag's back in the pot.
I put the paper in the pot.
Okay. It closes up.
Pull the
Which
paper
closes
back
up?
out.
The paper closed up.
Yeah. The note
I
closes
pulled it.
up, and the seal seems to come back on it. The small seal.
I take the paper out.
Okay.
Is it magical again?
Yes.
It's magical again.
Okay, let's try this again without
I'm
dispelling
so
magic.
good at this, y'all. I'm so good at figuring these things out.
Shall you read the letter, Kazran?
I will.
Why don't you be ready with a dispel in case something bad happens?
Okay, my hand starts glowing.
I would like to open the letter.
All right. There's a glowing light, and then you, like, for a brief second, as you see, like, words seem to kind of, like, fly up into you, in a language none of you can read, but it, like, verbally you can hear some voices. To my illustrious hosts, it was so great of you to look after me for this short amount of time. You were much nicer than my previous host, which is a great thing to say, and I did enjoy my time, young Carrie, as you was my apprentice, and I understand running into certain things makes you emotional. I do not blame you for that, but it seems as though things have turned out right for me. Slowly but surely I was able to reconnect with some old powers of my own, and I was able to get in contact with some, let's just say, distant cousins in the area. I didn't know they would be around. I thought there weren't any of my kind in this realm. Turns out I was wrong. Not like my home, not nearly as strong, but enough that I could get a little assistance without all of you. So apologies, I decided to fly the coop on my own. What can I say? I just felt like I wasn't as welcome anymore. Anyway, now, since you were such illustrious hosts, I just didn't want to leave you hanging, so to say. So, I left you a few things. For one thing, you can enjoy the bag. Now, when this letter is done, it will allow you to take it. Each of you has a wonderful gift that I've left for you, a gift for my illustrious hosts. Don't worry, I've kept my end of the bargain, Carrie. Nothing will kill any of your friends. Nothing will cause any permanent harm, mentally, physically, or spiritually. In fact, all of my gifts will help them out intensely, each and every one of you. Never say I didn't do anything nice to people that were nice to me. Now, I have a lot of business to attend to, and whether or not you see me again will be up to the winds of fate. Speaking of the winds of fate, it seems as though there was another being in this area similar to myself that was trapped somewhere. I let him free and told him just to hang around. I hope you enjoy your time with him. Don't know why anybody would want to make something alive into a statue. I hope he's not as angry as I am, but we'll find out. Anyway, now I'm feeling a lot better, a lot more like my old self. Granted, things are different now. Things are feeling a little more alive, yet not. Free from those chains, it's kept me in such an interesting state. And I think I'm going to enjoy my new world. Wouldn't you? A whole new world, new friends, new places to visit. Well, anyway, I'll be going now. Toodles. The paper will then crumble to dust.
Okay, so I couldn't read it. I didn't understand the language, but that sucks. All of that information, bad.
What statues have been on the grounds that we know
of? There were a couple of, like, statues and stuff in the garden area and stuff like that. A couple probably in the hedge maze itself. Nothing that stood out. You
what about
probably
the
wouldn't have
college?
taken stock of all of them. I will tell you that. You probably wouldn't have. What about the college? What do you want to know?
Were there any funky statues at the college?
No, I mean, there were traditional statues of, like, important figures and stuff like that, you know, because they do remember the old Talaria. It's, you know, Talaria's got, like, thousands of years of history, so they have some statues of some very important figures in like a hall of places like that are simple statues of people. Probably some carved stuff, but nothing that feels like it would be a petrified statue.
I think it would have been something here.
Now, you say we wouldn't have taken note, but I do have the Keen Mind feat, which mentions that I can accurately recall anything I've seen or heard within the past month.
Sure.
Would I be able to notice if something was missing?
If you took some time and took stock of things, you might be able to notice if something's missing.
Okay.
Not missing a
we
max.
vanished.
Yeah, we lost a lane temporarily.
Ah.
Why don't we, though, take our
Take our
break
break.
before we continue that? Because this is around the time I did want to take a break. We're going to take one break today because we got a harder cap at 11. That leaves back. So
Well,
well,
these cameras back.
leaves cameras back.
Yeah.
Snack, drink, bathroom break. If you need any of those, go ahead and take it, and we'll be back in a little bit. Bramp. Hey, we're back for our last hour. As I think I previously said, we kind of have a hard cap around 11, so we're going to try to end around then. Anyway, so, letter has disintegrated, you got a bag, you got a bird, you got a cauldron.
put a bird in a bag.
No, bird does not go in bag.
Put a bird in a cauldron.
No, bird does not go in cauldron. Well,
It'll
bird
call.
goes on my shoulder.
Well,
It's a pretty large bird, too. It's a raven. It's like a big old crow. Probably bigger than your average crow, like we would know about. Almost maybe raven-sized.
does anything change
Well,
about
good.
the bag at the moment?
Just looks like a normal bag that just was stuck and you couldn't get it open earlier.
No, I mean with Eldritch Sight.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Do we want to open the bag? Do we trust?
Is that even a question?
I
no,
want
we
to
don't
open-
trust.
No, I don't trust at all, but I want to open the bag. I won't open the bag unless we're all okay with opening the bag.
I'm not okay with it, but my curiosity is killing me.
I have to be honest, I'm not sure. The woman seemed both hostile and not hostile. So I don't know if it means what. She did seem
Maxwell, what does the tree think?
I can't tell if you want an honest answer if you're patronizing me.
It's burrowing into my bark! I can feel it! Oh man, it's gonna eat my hardwood. I'm doomed! I'm doomed, man!
Just a fucking beetle, bro.
Can we cut down the
Hey,
tree?
Kazran, can I borrow this for a second?
Borrow what?
Can I borrow this bag for just a second?
Which bag?
The haunted one.
The witch
What?
bag.
I can get the tree to try to open it.
The tree doesn't move.
Yeah, tree cut.
No,
move.
the command says it can move its branches.
Oh, can it?
Yeah, it's got some perks to it.
Oh yeah, that's oh yeah, it can move a little bit. So yeah,
Yeah.
the tree all of a sudden starts moving and like scratching its back, like behind it, you know, with a couple of its branches.
Okay,
You want me to try to see if he can open it?
First of all, what is he doing?
He has an itch on his back. He said it's something to do with like a fungus or something.
I'm gonna look all around. Is there just like a weird bug on him?
Yeah, it looks like there's a beetle boring into it. No, there's
Just gonna pick,
yeah.
just gonna pick off the beetle. I'm gonna eat the beetle.
Okay.
I'm still a goblin at the end of the day.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's some chitin in that thing's body for protein, but so what do you think? Try to get him to open it, or do we just not bother with this?
You know what? Honestly, I'm okay with trying to have this weird tree open the bag. If everyone else is fine with having the tree open the bag, are we all good with having the tree do that?
What's the tree's name?
What was it? Mr. Tree?
Okay, I'll give you the tree's name. Give me a second here. It's
Tree name generator.
AKA torture the GM with name generators.
I am. There you go.
Where is this?
Okay,
Are you
Kizzy?
serious, man? Come on.
come on, man.
How do I pronounce that in
You
human
don't.
You
English?
said his cousin's name was Bob.
Bob's a
Hey.
weird one, man. He was always weird, hanging around with crazy ladies, not taking proper tree
Call him
names.
Tizzy. His name
I'm
is
gonna-
Tizzy.
I'm gonna call you T, okay?
Mhm.
It's short for tree. Can,
I don't think he actually has a name. It was,
Wait,
it was
you
his
call him
cousin.
Mr. T?
sure. Mr. Tree, can you help me open this bag? I know we just met.
Man, I
but-
pity the fool that makes me open a bag. All right,
Can you help
man.
with this? I'm scared.
Whatever, I'll try to open it. Alright, I'm gonna roll this d20. Let's check something here. Let's check something here. I'm just gonna roll something here. We're gonna go badoop. Man, it won't open! It's not opening, man! Oh, what's going on? I don't know how to open a bag. I'm a tree. What are you doing asking a tree to do it? I've got fungus. I've got beetles. Man, this is an awful place to be a tree.
I got rid of the
what?
beetle.
I'm gonna do something just to fuck with it.
The
Uh-huh.
tree to annoy and bother this tree.
I have a question about my healing spells. Does Cure Wounds, like, affect land at all? Like, can I purify the land or no?
That's a specific spell.
Uh,
Hollow.
Turned into a tree and
So the answer is a probable not really that way.
hmm.
I mean, I guess you could cure wounds a tree. It does have hit points and is alive.
and now
sort
he has
of.
another cousin that just appeared next to him.
Wait, you're changing into like another tree?
A tree and
Okay.
God.
Man, I'm gonna be knocked over. Man, it's the end of me.
I'm gonna
Tell
walk
my
over.
5,000 kids I love them.
I'm gonna move over and give it a tree hug.
Oh man, I'm dead. I'm dead, man. I'm dead. Oh man, man, save me. Tell my kids. Tell them I love them. This is the end. Ah, dying. This takes a while. Sorry. It takes a long time. I'm a tree. I know.
Is he actually dying, or is the spell just ending?
No, he's
I
going.
think he's just being over dramatic.
He's just being
Yeah.
over dramatic. He's a tree.
And I gave him a big tree hug.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay.
No, I'm dead. This might take
None of
a
you
couple
heard
of
that,
years.
right?
No, none of them heard it.
Look, man, you're just like talking aggressively at the tree. I just want to open this bag.
Okay.
It's obviously
think
he did
I
something
think the
magical
tongue
because the
had
tree is
influence
moving.
on
Is
that.
the tree is moving like a person, kind of.
I know that you are talking to the tree, and that the tree can't get this bag to open.
Man,
So I'm just gonna do it.
man,
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
so screwed.
And if you want me to dispel it at any point, I can do that.
Great. I'm going to like hold the bag away from me
Uh-huh.
and then just pick the latch.
It opens.
Should we
Okay, so far, so
empty it out by like pouring it downward?
Yeah, I don't want to reach inside.
There's one thing I
Oh!
can say about the witch is that she never really lied. She just talked around the truth.
Oh, Catherine, I can help with that. I summon the mage hand and have it go inside the bag.
Okay. Your mage hand does not return from the bag.
You sent it to another plane when
I-
I'm in your range, and
Can't seem to call my mage hand back?
it's another dimension. It went too far away from you and disappeared.
Does that apply to our regular bag of holding?
I've never tried.
Hold on. Catherine, let me see the bag of holding. Let me try this. I summon a new mage hand because
Uh-huh.
I guess the cantrip ended.
Uh-huh.
I send it into your bag.
Okay. Then... I've got to check something here for how this one would work.
So- Basing off of rope trick, because that's also an entrance to a small extra dimensional
Okay.
space. I don't think it would work. Because I don't think the hand can get in.
I think how it would be is the hand does things within your sight. Kind of. Like, you have to command it to something that you know it's doing. When it went into the bag for the witch, you commanded it kind of like to grab anything and come out. Kind of, you just like felt like grab, pull out. It didn't come back out. In this case, if you send it into Kaz's bag and then pull it back out, it would. Because in this case, it seems to go in there and come back out.
Out of familiarity with like the content inside of it, or
Okay.
You wouldn't
know
grab
what?
anything because it doesn't have the same sentience as you, and therefore it cannot use the abilities of the bag of holding to specifically grab anything. So therefore it only entered into the pocket dimension temporarily and then back across the barrier of it.
Also, it
done.
has a weight limit, so it might not be able to pick up what's in the bag.
Okay, you know what? I'm done dealing with magically trying to figure out what's in this bag. It's gonna take too long if we're too
Just turn it
cautious.
Inside out.
No, yeah, I'm just gonna dump it.
Nothing
I
falls
tried
out.
dumping it. All right, fuck it. You know what? I'm throwing caution to the wind. I'd usually do this anyway. I put my hand in the bag and try to pull something out.
Okay.
Catherine, no!
There's a small
fine.
wrapped gift box.
I pull out the gift box.
Okay.
Who's
It's
next?
it's got a tag on it that says, to Kaz.
I'll turn back into my normal form, Jen.
You pull out a gift box to Claude.
Okay, hold on. I'll do it next.
Gift box to Max.
Surely there's an explosive inside this for me.
I'm also
Carrie?
exciting the box.
I'll reach in with the hand not currently holding the bird.
Mm-hmm. A gift box to Carrie.
Somehow I feel like you got the nicest gift out of us, Carrion.
I did kind of say fuck you to her the last time we talked, so I don't know.
Oh, I must have missed that in my drunken stupor.
Oh yeah, no, you are super out of it.
You were very drunk.
Ah.
Do any of the boxes register as magical?
Nope.
Catherine, maybe you should go first since you stuck
I'm
your hand in.
already opening it.
Okay.
All right.
What'd you get?
Well, I don't know. He hasn't explained it yet.
You will open it up. As the box, like you'll
meta.
undo like the wrapping, because it's like that traditional like Christmas gift box. So it's like the wrapped box that has like the lid on it, that's got like the ribbon on top of it. So you unhook the ribbon. As you unhook the ribbon, the box kind of falls away, and there's a little like pillow with a monocle on it.
Don't you already have a monocle too?
No, I have an eye patch.
Well, now it goes with your monocle.
I have a monocle now. I put it in my pocket. I don't have identify prep, so I'm gonna identify it tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, let me look at it.
I'll just identify. Look, we're not going to go through this whole shenanigans
I can tell
every
you
fucking time. I don't care. I'm gonna figure it out tomorrow.
Okay.
Who's next?
Carrie, maybe you should go. You were the closest to her.
Fine.
Yours disappears. Like the box opens up, and inside it seems to be a like a wreath of beautiful like roses.
I feel like I'm gonna prick my finger on one of these and fall asleep for the next millennia.
Throw it in the cauldron and we'll burn it later then.
Alright, throw it in the cauldron.
Okay.
I'll open mine.
Claude, you get what looks to be some kind of potion.
Is it magical?
It has the same detection as the bag. You have no idea.
It's a black void to me. Great.
I wonder if that has as strong as a kick as the Dwarven Death Ale.
We'll find out tomorrow. I'll identify everything.
I guess that makes me as the next one, huh? I put the gift on the ground, and I have my mage hand open it for me.
Your mage hand just can't seem to open it.
Just quit. Just do it, man. Just fucking do it. Just open it, man.
You have to open it.
You gotta do it. Just do it.
I yank it off.
You're like, ah! Mm-hmm. It's a small harp.
She gave me music?
We'll find out in the morning.
Hold on. I can't wait for this. I start strumming the harp.
And I thought I was the one with self-control issues.
Yeah, honestly.
Let's see here.
I'm sticking my fingers in my ears. In fact, I don't have ears anymore.
Make me a perform check, please.
Oh, is it too late to do Unearthly Chorus? Because I got that.
You're just doing a perform check, I think, with the harp at this point in time.
17.
I'm covering the bird's ears.
Okay. You'll play some music. I need everyone to give me wisdom saves.
I no longer have ears. I said that.
Uh-huh. Does it matter?
Myself too?
No, not you. You're fine.
Oh. Uh-oh. Damn.
Go Kaz, wisdom buddies.
I'm tempted to use a flash of genius just to be better.
So Kaz and Claude are certainly fine, and let's see here.
Of course.
Okay. And okay.
Of course, Carrie.
All right.
The irony.
Carrie. Poor
Me.
Carrie.
Hi.
And I don't know how this works because it's still animated for approximately a couple of minutes. So, I mean... I'll describe how that works in a second. But for you, you feel kind of awful all of a sudden. You have the poison condition. But that's not all. You technically release all of your natural control over your bowels.
It's the brown noise, dude!
You just made Carrie defecate her pants.
I'll write
How do I
you.
get the poison condition when I can't be poisoned?
Oh, you're immune to the poison condition. That's right.
Yeah, I'm immune to poison.
So I think nothing happens then.
Then I think in this case what happens is you gotta go to the bathroom really bad all of a sudden. Like... Also, the tree seems to be leaking out, like, something.
Sap.
Sap. Oh, man! I feel awful! What the hell was that? Man.
Should we burn down the tree?
Oh,
No.
I
man.
feel like we should burn down
family.
Maxwell's heart.
Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, man.
Carrion, are you okay?
No, stop fucking playing.
A bunch of leaves fall down as it goes, "Ugh!" Like leaves just fall down.
What's wrong with this thing?
Vomit.
Maybe don't play the harp.
Maybe not.
Stick to the loot.
Maybe it's to harm your enemies.
You know how we would have known? If you had fucking waited.
I'm sorry, I'm a simple man. I like merchantry and I like music, and I couldn't wait. I didn't think it'd make her feel bad. That's not how
Maxwell,
music works.
even I threw my gift into the pot.
You're right. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that.
That's me talking. I have no self-control. Well, I used to not have any self-control.
Okay.
I think this harp might be useful, not for us, but maybe for our foes.
I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. Alatar, if you don't mind tonight, could you just keep watch over the cauldron, make sure nothing bad happens?
I can do that.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go the fuck to sleep.
Well, wait. Does if Alatar or Radiant reach in the bag, do they get anything?
Yes, anybody that reaches in the bag gets something. Everybody in the household can reach into the bag and get something.
Well, as I said, I will identify it tomorrow.
Okay.
So I can let you know in a second here. I'm trying to write it out. What everyone is getting. But yes, you can rest pretty easily. Heal a lot better. Mm-hmm.
What about the bird? Can the bird reach in and get something?
No.
Rude.
But which bird? Your new bird or your old bird?
New bird.
Old bird.
Old bird would be like, I don't believe I would be considered that. I am technically a magical construct. Though I have some sentience, it is less than that of Mistmaster Alatar, as I am more programmed to answer you questions and exist by your side. If it wasn't for the magical energies of our Queen Highness, as she has given me life, I would not exist. So technically, when she chooses, I will end. And I wait that day.
Damn, that's
Not-
intense. All right.
That's
It's not with...
depressing as fuck.
Well, it's not with a necessarily happiness, but I know that when I end, I will rejoin the flowstone that is part of our Vesuva. That'll become one with it again, and that my existence will live on in that. So I shall not truly die. I shall cease to exist in this form until I become a new form, whether that form be another creature, or that form becomes something more practical, like a rock, a tree, a rope. I don't know. But I will be changed in that moment.
Medallion onion.
It's quite possible.
Okay. Cool. Great. We'll sort this all out later.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
And check out what's left of the house in the morning.
What's that name for that? I can't remember the name of it. That little, like, ruffled thing with flowers that women can oftentimes have, like, around a wrist or something. That's, you know...
Is that the corsage?
A corsage.
Yeah, corsage.
I'm probably not spelling it right. There's the rest of the items. Winter's got a rabbit skull. Radiant got a ring. Alatar has a weird metal rod. Hang got some kind of animal skin. And Lutula got a corsage.
All right.
On Lutulu, like on yours, Carrie, it had to my favorite student, Carrie, and on Lutula's it had congratulations on your wedding to Lutula.
Okay, I guess we go back and finish our rest for the night.
Yes.
Swap some spells around.
And I leave my gift on the table for him to check out in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Claude, Carrie, when both of you awaken, you'll notice there's an item that wasn't there before now with you.
Oh, fuck this bitch.
I will take it back downstairs.
I'm not touching it.
Uh-huh. It's in your room now, just sitting there.
This is
I'm gonna
what
stare
now?
at it. I'm gonna sit there and stare at it.
The Wreath of Roses.
Yeah, and I specifically left my potion on the table downstairs, and it appeared back in my room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ritual casting Identify, so I don't have to waste a spell slot on all of it.
All right. I will give you names, and that is the only thing you will get out of Identify.
Really?
Really.
Man, this stuff's cryptic.
Uh-huh.
Is Identify able to be cast
Actually,
at a higher
no.
level
Actually, no.
or
I think you can get some stuff out of these. You'll...
Yeah, Identify, let's see. For the magic item or some other magic imbued item, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn what spell created it. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Touch Carrie.
I learn everything. I'm so goddamn smart.
I'm getting the proper names here.
You're gonna work
Okay,
steak.
so, the floral crown is the crown of the fairy princess.
Aww.
Yeah, Carrie, you're a fairy princess.
I'll fucking take it. Otherwise, I'm just a fucking demon lord.
Fairy princess, demon lord.
What it does is the wearer can choose to surround themselves for an hour once a day with an aura that makes anyone that would interact with you instantly like you.
Fuck that.
Hey, you could have used that with the angels.
We're examining all these at the same time together,
Yes.
It takes 11 minutes each.
The harp is the harp of love and hate. You can use its tunes to affect emotions, and the affected emotions will have a physical result. In that case, what you did is you accidentally activated some negative emotions, which in case gave everybody the poison condition and caused them to poop themselves. Because they don't have the same as a sickened condition like they had in older editions where you vomit yourself. So I made it poop.
Ooh. Great.
So you can play the brown note or something else.
Okay, the potion is something that's a little weird for you, Claude. It's Kaz's blood, is what it's called. It allows you to temporarily merge minds with Kaz and act as one, and effectively double your ability to think.
I'm so much smarter than you, man.
Hey, Kaz, I can merge my brain with you with this. It's your blood.
No. I refuse.
Technically speaking, it can be made of anybody's blood, but remember, she got a large supply of
Yes.
Kaz's blood.
Yeah, I gave her a lot of my blood. It's really shitty goblin blood, but
She did
She
something.
got it.
She did something weird with it.
is that all the blood that I gave her?
Probably not.
I'm gonna get my blood back. I don't know how.
I think
But I
I'm going
will.
to absorb it at some point.
The monocle is Witch's Sight. It allows one to see what not necessarily can be seen.
Ah, true sight.
It works a little different than normal True Sight, too. Effectively, one of the things you could do is you could definitely see, like, mana flows, if there's large amounts of it.
Okay. I will take it, I guess.
The rabbit skull is Hunter's Prey. It allows the user of the rabbit skull to summon spectral rabbits to serve them.
Okay.
So, ghost rabbits.
Wintress, now both Wintress and Carrie can summon undead rodent.
Ghosts and not ghosts. The ring that Radiant had is the Ring of Thorns. It allows one to cover themselves in a wreath of thorns, which not only can protect against attacks, but attack those that would attack them. The metal rod is the trick rod. It effectively can kind of act like a rod of wonder in certain ways, though it produces effects on not yourself more often. So it produces weird effects.
It's the Wabajack.
It is the Wabajack. And gave it to a robot man.
Yeah.
The animal skin is Cloak of Beasts. It allows Hang to transform into an animal for a period of time, similar to a wild shape. And the corsage is the Lover's Bite. It allows two people to be linked together, and the first effect of it is, once they are linked, once one person is linked to the other, it allows them to share damage. Effectively, Maxwell could take damage for Latula, but there's technically more to that, as it also could be used as a, if you piss off the person that has it, they can also be very mean to you kind of thing, because it treats the person as if they are next to you constantly. Which in this case would be bad if you pissed off Latula, who's a powerful warlock who can cast spells, because no longer would you have to be line of sight / adjacent / within range, because you'd always be considered next to range for her.
I have a question. Does self-harm also hurt the link?
You can't transfer damage back to her. She can transfer damage to you.
So they have to wear it.
Or you can choose to take damage for her.
Okay.
Hence it's the Lover's Bite.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
My thought process with mine is, could I turn into a lizard, pop on Kaz's head and give him an intelligence boost, and then drink the potion?
You don't have a mouth when you're a weird parasitic monstrosity.
Stop trying to cheese your way into being smarter than me. It's not gonna happen, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fucking artificer. I'm a wholly intelligence based.
So there you go.
Okay, I take the potion, turn into a lizard, then hop on Kaz's head.
I'm going to put these in a handout so I remember their names and stuff. I got them here. Handout. Witches. Gifts.
I'm not dumb. I have an intelligence of 11.
I have an intelligence of 18.
Well, now you have some
More
nice...
flexible than you, though.
You have some nice gifts that a witch gave you that totally do great things. And
I
you'll
have a-
enjoy them.
Are they cursed?
Not in the normal sense.
You can't get rid of them.
That's true.
We can just not use these things.
That's also true. Probably.
That's Carrie's plan.
Mhm.
I also have a bottle of Kaz's blood.
Yeah, can I have that?
I don't think I can give it to you.
You can
I-
try.
So this harp, it can bring out good emotions?
It could give out good emotions too.
How do I play it correctly to do that?
You can figure out you can do different tunes for it. We'll try a different one.
Don't forget you're banned from doing spells on us.
That's why I was going to ask if there would be a volunteer to listen to it instead.
Not fucking me.
That's fair.
I suppose nobody in the room wants to volunteer for it.
You could ask your wife.
I mean,
I'm not going to.
I could do that for you, but if Mr. Angry Pants comes out, that's not my fault.
Okay. Everyone, cover your ears for a moment, if that's okay.
I'm gonna leave the room.
Okay.
Also going to leave the room.
I think everybody else is going to leave the room.
Okay. Well, Claude, I can't say I didn't warn them.
Make a perform check.
Alright. I hope this works.
All right. Are you trying to bring out positive emotions?
Yeah, good emotions.
Okay.
Good vibrations.
Good vibrations. You try to play a very upbeat tune that's very happy, filled with, so I need 2 saves from you, Claude. I need a wisdom save. Let me just check this. Wisdom save. Yes, a wisdom save and a charisma save. Okay. Okay. So, you just kind of bopping along to the music, and then you're thinking to yourself, and you're like, man, Maxwell's really attractive.
I turn into female elf.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does she, Claude, start schmoozing on me?
Yes, so it's getting like up in your face and like getting like on top of you.
This is definitely not the effect that I thought would happen. Also, Claude, we can't do this anymore. I'm a married man.
Did you stop playing?
Part of me wants to, but part of me is kind of enjoying this.
Why don't
You are married.
Why don't you give me a charisma check against
Your
Claude's
wife could
charisma
walk
check?
in at any moment.
Yes.
You want me to do what?
Opposed charisma check?
Opposed charisma checks.
Uh-oh.
I will officiate your divorce.
So, hey, hold on. I have my silver tongue thing, which lets me reroll any charisma.
Yes.
I get one of those per day.
It's not a save though. You didn't do a charisma.
Oh, it's not a save?
It's a charisma check.
No, this is a
Yeah,
check.
so click
roll-
on the charisma
yeah,
word.
just
not
click it on it again.
Oh, my
We'll
bad.
see what you get. We click it on it again.
Well, hey, Mom.
Yeah, you should re-roll that.
You should do the reroll definitely then. Yeah.
I'm gonna reroll that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you can listen to Maxwell. You can go sit down in like a chair. It's like, okay, I'll move away. Yeah. Claude looks like Claude is hanging off your words. Claude, effectively, you're charmed.
Yeah, I figured.
Mm-hmm. What you made a save against is being both enthralled and charmed. The enthrall lasts as long as the harp was playing. The charmed lasts for a while afterwards. So Claude will sit there and just be infatuated with you.
I should probably snap you out of this. Dispel magic on Claude.
Okay. That should get rid of the effect.
I'll do level 3 of it.
Yeah. Is certainly like only a normal. It's only like a normal like charm effect. So level 3 would get rid of it.
I will go back to myself and be like, don't do that again.
Well, it was for science, so now I know we can use this if we're in a bind. Not on you guys, though.
It's the unfortunate thing that you
Why
think
don't you
that.
play that song for your wife?
I'm scared I would play that in the wrong key.
So, to give you in game terms, it is just an area that is affected by it. Effectively a magic spell. So it's effectively, in that case, it's an area fascinate / charm at the same time.
We should probably tell the others about this, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, guys, you can come back in.
I'm gonna go take a cold shower. Well, cold bath.
Yeah, perhaps that's for the better.
Kaz will re-enter.
He made lustful music.
You made
So-
lustful music?
So
Gross.
this thing is basically an infinite love potion.
Or
The only thing I can say about it is there is very powerful negative connotations to those that fail to play it properly. Back on the user. That's why you have to make a perform check every time you have to use it.
Does that mean I would be affected by the music?
It would mean you'd be affected by something probably worse than the music.
Okay, how about you hold on to that as a last resort in case you get surrounded?
Yeah. I can already think of some uses for this that might save us in a bind, but this doesn't seem like it's something I want to ditch my loot for.
Alright.
But still, pretty fascinating piece of musical gear. Never used a magic instrument before.
Alright, well. I'm only ever rarely going to use this monocle. I already have an eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
wait,
Don't
you just
need the
monocle
mortar.
in the other eye.
I could, but you know.
You can't use glasses since you have the eye patch, so monocle makes sense.
You do remember the eye is mostly intact, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're using the eye patch,
Look, I'd rather just like only occasionally use it and not risk whatever negative impact it has.
true.
Oh, something. Yeah. So for your thing, it kind of works as true sight, but it also can identify, like, it gives you information on various things that might be like herbs and stuff. Like, it can give you like information you can understand what some of them are, and then see
Okay.
the mana. Carrie,
What?
your thing. Not only can it make it people really like you, you can also do it kind of the opposite and make people not notice you. So you can basically pull it obfuscate from vampire.
So she can be invisible and make people not notice it.
Granted, it's not perfect the other way around. It just makes it that you're like hard, like people pass you off, that kind of thing, you know. So if you're not doing anything very obvious, if you're not interacting with them, you could basically just like be ignored.
Kaz, what would happen if you look at that swamp out there?
I don't want to know. I think it will give me nightmares.
Speaking of which, should we go back out now that there's daylight?
There's probably, because this would be appropriate, there's probably a half dozen ghost rabbits running around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
Wintress would summon the ghost
Definitely.
rabbits.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's probably trying to cuddle with them.
Yes, but they're ghosts.
It's gonna make her cry.
They like slightly hover off the ground, and they look like they're bounding and running around, even though they're like floating.
Carrie, is your lizard dog chasing them?
Probably.
Mhm.
I don't think he's very smart.
I love Ophis.
Ophis is the best boy.
You're just collecting animals, huh?
Yeah, Opus is probably
Yeah.
in your room just lying on his back, like in the sun, going, "Ah," with like, you know, the middle arms like scratching the belly with the other two, like the front and back ones, because he got 6 limbs, you know, like going out. So it's just like, "Ah."
Is the bird still with me?
Sure, the Stormcrow. It's been hanging around you.
Yeah. Yay!
Well, should we check out the witch's grounds? Or no?
Yeah. We should.
Should we
I'd rather not.
And should we get the college involved?
I fully intend on telling Joda.
Because I'm afraid what if this continues to spread?
I don't think Joda's gonna do anything about it because he's kind of a dick like that. But I'll tell him.
What about the principal?
If Joda says we should tell the dean, then I'll tell the dean.
I just don't want to live in a place that's turned into a complete swamp. I don't think it's good for any of our health.
It's good for Maxwell's.
It's not good for him to be drunk all the time.
I don't know, Carrie seems fine.
That's high.
And a little drunk.
She's also used to it. Maxwell's hasn't had that feeling in 300 years.
It has been quite a while. Actually, I don't think I drank when I was alive.
You didn't drink when you were alive?
No, I had a bad history of alcoholics in the family, and I stayed away from that.
Understandable.
Yeah, sure.
I did like selling it, though. It was worth quite a lot.
Okay,
Also
well,
understandable.
I'm gonna grab a bottle of wine, and then we can go look at the witch's swamp.
Okay. All right. So you'll kind of like, how are you traveling to there? Walking to the maze, flying in.
Jumping in the bag, letting Carrie carry us?
I mean, sure.
Sure.
Okay. You'll kind of fly in then, certainly like, it's strange because it's like, you feel as though there's this wall you hit of like mugginess, you know, like the air is like an oppressively like swampy that it isn't on the outside. Like outside, there's like the breeze, there's the salt in the air. You don't get that as soon as you hit that kind of like wall that's kind of like there right now. It's like just like mugginess. There are clouds of insects now. The trees have kind of begun to like choke out the sun in the area, so it's kind of dark, and the most amount of sunlight is in the wreckage of the witch's hovel.
Does it seem like it's gotten any bigger? since last night?
Since last night, not noticeably. Like,
Okay, well, that's a good thing.
I'd say, like, when Carrie was checking out, over 3 days it seemed to get a little bigger, but not like a huge amount, but still a worrying amount over 3 days. Like, since last night, maybe, but nothing you can actually notice. If it is growing, it's very slowly. Not like geological slowly, like if a few inches changed to like the border of it, you wouldn't notice it overnight, kind of thing.
Right.
It's kind of hard in this area where you can't draw like exact lines where the border would have been anyway. You know, it kind of mixes in, so definitely hard to tell. It's an impressive place, you know. Definitely feels like this, like again, like your area here. It's not particularly too hot and stuff, so you're not getting like that oppressive hotness, you know, because you're in like a subtropical kind of area. So you know, definitely has a little bit more warmer for your weather. This area here is just this oppressive mugginess.
It's humid.
Yeah.
It's Florida.
We've invented part of Florida and transported it to the maze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the college real quick. You all can stick around here. I'm gonna go try to find Joda, and let's see if anything can be addressed about this. You're welcome to explore the ruins, but one of us should go to the college and try to, you know, sort this out.
I'm actually going to focus. I know I probably should stay out of this area as much as possible. I'm going to focus looking over the grounds and trying to see if I see any
Like a pedestal without a statue.
pedestals without a statue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be able to start searching the ground, and Claude, as you're beginning to like walk towards the college down the road, or like take your horse or something, we'll say, you know, because it's a little
You mean
faster.
Kaz?
Kaz, yeah, Kaz. As Claude,
Say
you're looking
Claude.
over. Sorry, and everybody else is the ruins. What are the people in the ruins doing actually first? Because I know Claude's searching. Kaz is beginning to head. You know, probably take the. Again, probably. I'm assuming you're taking the horse from your stables because you've got your horse. I cannot remember
Yeah,
the
I'll
horse's
take
name
the
off
horse.
the top of my head.
Look, man, that horse hasn't actually had a consistent name since we were in the desert.
It has a fucking name. Let me find it.
Oh, you have it? You have the...
I have it.
Thank you, because I'm just forgetting it, and I could probably try to look it up, but that would take some time. If you have
Sonoma.
it. Denoma.
Denoma.
Denoma, you're taking Denoma to the college. What are those people?
Sonoma. Literally in my notes, it's Sonoma, pretty horse.
There you go. Carrie, Maxwell, the two of you, and probably we'll say Radiant, are in the middle of the ruins/swamp area, as Claude and Kaz go take care of their things. Claude's like, I'm gonna look around to see if I can find a place where their statue was missing, you know, because the witch mentioned it, and Kaz is like, I'm gonna go get people from the college.
By the way, I have a question. Is this the next day that all this is happening?
Yes,
or do we,
this
like,
is the next day. In the morning, you did, like, the identifying. Like, you did that for a little bit now. Like, kind of over breakfast, this was what you did. Now you're, you know, in the swamp. It's day out. As I said, most of the area kind of, like, has been clouded by, like, the trees have kind of just closed over most of this area that have kind of grown up. Because there's some of the trees that were there, and other ones that seem to have sprouted up with the conversion to a swamp, you know, like the gnarled swamp trees that kind of block out all the light, you know, with kind of like the darkened trunks, you know, that are sitting in water. Look like some of them might be haunted or filled with horrible creatures, you know, things like that, you know, the usual for horrible swamps. Anyway, and then there's that nice area that's vaguely sunny because it's an exploded witch's house.
It's sunny in Swampadelphia.
I'm going to have Radiant look around. I don't know what you other two want to do. I'm just going to roll a perception. Investigation check,
Well,
sure.
do you want anything from me looking for the statue?
Sure, just give me an investigation check also. In this case, because it's less seeing them because they're pretty easy to see and more figuring out if there's some sign of one that might be missing.
Oh, we'll give it a try. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm not a
she
very
should have
great
advantage.
investigator.
You're on Radiant's end because she rolled the first one there.
I get +0 for investigation.
So, Carrie, Maxwell, are you either of you doing something? You're at the witch's hut. Carrie, I don't think you have to necessarily make a check right now. Maxwell, not yet. Not over short exposure. We'll see how long.
Am I next to Carrie?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry about everything these past few days.
Yeah, whatever. I still don't really want to talk to you. No offense.
No, I understand.
I'm gonna go just search the area in general.
Alright, make an investigation check.
Not really looking for anything, just mostly want to stay away from Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't catch a break, man. She almost killed me.
Alright, yeah, you're gonna kind of look into things, just investigate the wreckage and stuff. It seems like total, but something noticeable is you don't see any signs of, it's all wrecked building. You're not seeing, something that tells you it's wrecked furniture. You're not seeing table legs, chair legs, anything like that. Think, at the top of a table, top of a chair, will look all the same. But chair leg, table leg, they're kind of shaped. They're rod-like. If there's going to be parts of that are not, completely shattered. And the thing is, the damage here doesn't have anything completely shattered. It just seems as though, you don't see signs of furniture. Or any of the, goods that, the house was filled with stuff of the witches. You don't find any signs of that.
Like that at all.
Claude. I'm sorry, Kaz. As you're traveling down the road, a dark shadow passes over you, heading towards your house.
Oh, I'm gonna look up.
Something massive is flying through the sky towards your house.
Big fucking boat? Is it a big fucking boat?
It's a big fucking boat.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, I need to make this trip to the college quick.
Mm-hmm.
Then we gotta go deal with that big fucking boat.
Mm-hmm.
I need to just quickly go talk to Joda, my fucking professor.
I mean, you could always do that a little later, because there's a big fucking boat heading towards your house, straight down the road that you're on.
Yeah, fuck it, the Weatherlight people can help deal with this shit. Alright, I'm going back to the house to talk to the people on the big fucking boat.
We'll pause as Kaz turns around to head after the big sky ship that's obviously going to beat him, heading towards your house.
I wasn't that far away, and I have a horse.
I know, but I'm saying it's faster than you.
Yeah.
You were a couple minutes away, at least, still, too. So, I mean... But that's a good place to end it there, as there's a sky ship arriving now. The witch has disappeared. You got nice gifts from the witch. Nice. Gifts.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a bottle of Kaz's blood.
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's worse blood to get.
Yeah, it could have been Maxwell's, which would have just been bone marrow.
I was gonna say, it would be weirder if it was Maxwell's, because that means she traveled back in time.
I'm gonna put it this way, for yours, Claude, it's not as... Effectively, if you drank it once, you'd know how to make more of it out of someone's blood.
I'm not gonna bleed Kaz!
You don't have to just bleed Kaz. You can steal your way into other people's brains.
So just, cut my enemies if they get away.
Mm-hmm.
Invade their mind.
Hey, you might be able to learn secrets. Cough, cough, witch, cough, cough, Kaz blood, cough, cough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she knows how to do pocket dimension shit now. I'm the only motherfucker who gets to do pocket dimension shit.
Everybody's stealing it from you.
I gotta patent this.
Ooh, if I drink Kaz's blood, can I make pocket dimensions?
You can fucking try. I will remind you, you're made of metal, and I have heat metal.
Meow, meow, meow. Damien says so. But yes. Oh, you're angry because you wanted to be on my lap your way. Yeah, no, I grabbed you. I grabbed you and putting you in snuggle arms. But yes, we're going to end it here. seems like a great time. When the distractions of weddings and demons and witches have finally kind of gone through.
And assholes in our basement.
I mean,
No, now we're dealing with the asshole in our basement.
Mhm.
That's the whole reason we were getting the weather light here.
Technically, there was 3 reasons you were getting a weather light.
Well, the weather light were also supposed to come because of Nim.
Yeah.
Well, that was one person from the weather light. I don't think that was the whole weather light.
Yeah, there was someone from the weather light that Nim called upon, and there was the college had called upon them for like other reasons, and the asshole. And it was like, there's a lot of reasons they're showing up. Look, you know,
They're probably not going to be very happy with us, actually.
They're showing up because I've been a very good boy and I deserve a treat.
I mean, you
Kaz
were.
can have one weather light as a treat.
I'm going to steal their blueprints and copy them. Apparently patents don't exist in this world, so... who
I
cares?
mean, somewhere there
What
probably
about
is some
Patton Oswalt?
kind of patent, but like probably not the way you think about it. Probably, you know who has patents? Orvada, the merchant people.
I will file a patent for pocket dimensions in Orvada.
I mean, it would apply in Orvada.
Not the rest of the world.
Well, you know, maybe a little bit.
I will enforce it in the rest of the world. I will have the technology.
So why don't we have people give shout-outs to who they are, where to find them, all that kind of jazz as we head out here. We'll start with Mistress Mads. Who plays Mistress Carrie?
Me.
Blah.
Meh. I mean, the only other place you'll ever find me is with Tantus and Joe, actually, on Tuesdays on Funny One's channel for our Star Trek Adventures game. Where last time, because we didn't have a session last week, I shot at a changeling and it almost worked.
Yes.
Mm.
And the Tulu Moss is not happy he did not get to shoot at a changeling.
Womp
Listen,
womp.
sometimes you're just a little bit better.
Or sometimes you just luck out and be standing when the changeling beams in.
Nobody told us to move!
I know, I did leave you there. I'm like, you wait here. I'll go take care of this medical emergency. And you're like, okay.
Chill. I'll stay here.
Like, it's sort of like the, well, now what? Well, I guess we'll guard this area. I mean, maybe the criminal will come back. And there's lots of the, woo! Hey, the criminal came
look,
back.
The criminal came back.
I just want to see, like, one of the security guys would be like, told you.
They always return.
We're
to
just
the
sitting there
scene of the
discussing,
crime.
like, what should we do? I mean, should we wait here? I mean, they might come back. And then the security guy just looks at us like, I was right.
Yeah. Told you the criminal always comes back. I've read that in, like, you know, old novels and stuff.
They always return to the scene of the crime.
At least it wasn't the horrible novel from Next Gen that you get stuck in the casino forever.
But
That
that
was from Greek mythology. There's some fucking Percy Jackson.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's from fucking Percy
Percy
Jackson.
Jackson? You mean the horrible movie?
No, the goddamn excellent book series.
But we move on.
I only ever
to
saw the movie.
Fish.
Books are good. Hi everybody, I'm Fish Harlan. This week you can find me forging documents to declare me ruler of the moon. I promise I'm not going to pilot it into the earth.
What moon?
Our moon.
Okay.
He did say.
Could have been one of the other moons of the solar system.
I mean,
I
that's
said
true.
the moon.
Yeah.
It's the only one that matters.
I mean, some of those Jupiter's moons would be pretty nice to rule.
Those are just glorified asteroids.
Hey, some of them could sustain life.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are literally just glorified asteroids. They're just asteroids that Jupiter happened to catch. It's the only one that was another planetoid that collided with the Earth.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's
we
Jupiter
have
on Sunday.
Lee.
Hey guys, I'm just Lee Belmont. I'm also a Twitch streamer and I do a lot of speedrun related content. That's my whole sales pitch.
Yep.
Valid.
And we have Joe.
Hey, I'm Joe. You'll find me here on Tantus's channel on Thursdays and on Funny Ones on Tuesdays for our Star Trek game.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
till next time, guys.
For me, other RPG shows, there's a couple other on this channel you might want to check out on both Mondays and Tuesdays at 2 p.m. EST. I've got shows. On Monday is Records of Evil, a lawful evil D&D game set in a modern-day version of Faerun, in which they're going to be going to Mastica in the upcoming episodes. So that's going to be a fun one. And Legacies of Kain, a Vampire the Masquerade game, which we're doing V20, not the 5th edition, because for reasons I dislike the 5th edition. But regardless, they're in Kenya doing amazing adventures there. So yeah. And, yep, this show, of course, at 8:30 every Thursday if you want to join us. If you came in a little later, go ahead, come pop in. And Discussing Tabletop, the Tabletop discussion show is on Saturdays at 2 p.m. EST, which is a really fun one. I'd recommend checking that out. And I do gaming stream occasionally during the week. So, hopefully, you know, I'll have those a little bit more regularly at one point soon. But until then, until anything else, everyone, you stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you come back for us next week. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. And I hope you check out our stuff at some point during the week. And we'll see you here hopefully next week / next time. And until then, though, farewell, and be careful about accepting wishes from witches who are in fact evil lich fays. Goodbye!
Bye.